Canelo Alvarez feels like David Benavidez and his team mentions his name for this one reason. And he's basically feels like he's been doing it a lot lately. Just because when fights come up, he feels like they need the attention. And he says that people use his name for attention, and they're one of the people who do. And he say they can say whatever they want, but if they don't mention my name, no one will look at them. So I understand why they do it. They need to mention my name to get attention. Well, being a mandatory for a couple of years for Canelo Alvarez, I would hope that you would mention his name. And I understand what Canelo is saying from the outside looking in, but as far as knowing the situation with Benavidez called Bibble out, I think, before he called Canelo out. And last time I checked, him and Bibble are good friends. Or they know each other, or they're acquaintance. So they don't have any bad blood or anything like that. And after Bibble beat Canelo, I think David Benavidez was calling Bibble out before he fought Canelo. So that's not really a clout chase. And if you just look at Bibble and Canelo and David Benavidez situation, he wasn't using Bibble's name for attention or promotion. And I'll say this even more. Like I've said, he was at a point where he was mentioning Bibble and Zerto and not even thinking about Canelo until he put himself in a position for a belt. It was a time where he was saying, when the time comes and when I get in position for the fight, okay, I will. When he became a mandatory, that's when David Benavidez started doing all that barking. And rightfully so, because that's a fight that fans want to see, because he's been out here leading the way, actually talking about it. He's been talking about that fight, trying to promote himself, promote the sport, like everybody else should do. The same way Edgar Berlanga has been out here throwing out all kind of, not insults, but all kind of back and forth. Him and Canelo going back and forth at each other, taking shots at each other, and he's going at Canelo all hard. And, people say, well, if Canelo don't like these guys, they need to show respect before they accept the fight. Well, Berlanga's not doing that. And he's probably went a step further than Benavidez has over the years. And then recently what I've heard was Canelo say, oh, well, Benavidez's dad, he talk a lot of stuff. That doesn't have nothing to do with David Benavidez at all. That has nothing to do with David Benavidez. And this is boxing. A lot of boxers talk because they're not used to talking. They're used to talking with their fist. So a lot of these guys, when they do talk, it might sound like it's just for attention, but these guys, they're not going to fight you for free, because that's a horrible business decision. But these guys ain't doing this just to be, hey, man, because if Benavidez was doing that, he would have just been focusing on Bivol the whole time, instead of saying, why would I fight Canelo? And he just lost to Bivol. He could have just been doing that because, like I said, he was trying to fight Bivol before Canelo was. And that'll be a whole nother story for another day that I will break down, and how that kind of plays into what's going on right now. But I don't think it's just attention seeking. It's a lot of guys, and I don't want to mention this right now, but I will. Charlos have mentioned Canelo, and they're not even in his weight class. Charlo's at 154, other Charlo's at 160, and they were mentioning Canelo. Oh, I'm trying to fight Canelo. I'm trying to fight Canelo. Oh, Canelo. They say I can fight Canelo next year. He's not even the mandatory. That's not attention seeking. Yeah, but that's all I got.